Nikola Tesla. Was he a time traveler? Nikola Tesla, a genius, a visionary, or maybe a time traveler. His inventions were decades ahead of their time, and some ideas seem downright impossible to implement even today. He is credited with creating technologies that could completely change the fate of the world. But is it possible that Tesla had access to knowledge from beyond his time? Or perhaps, as some claim, he literally traveled through time? There are many legends surrounding this figure, but some of them are particularly intriguing. It is said that Tesla had access to technology that allowed him to manipulate space-time. There are reports that after his death, the United States government seized thousands of pages of secret notes containing information about energies that could warp reality. Some even claim that Tesla collaborated on experiments that aimed to teleport and travel through time, such as the famous, although unconfirmed, Philadelphia experiment. But that's not all. Tesla himself was supposed to have experienced something in his life that could be called going beyond time and space. In one of his accounts, he spoke of a moment when he found himself in a world without time, where the past, present, and future existed simultaneously. Was this the result of his experiments with electricity? Or maybe he accidentally discovered a way to break the boundaries of space-time? In this episode, we take a closer look at this mystery. We follow Tesla's life, his inventions, and the mysterious events that shed a whole new light on his character. Did Nikola Tesla really discover the secrets of time travel? Or was his knowledge the result of contact with something we still don't understand? Ahead of us lies a fascinating journey into the depths of one of the greatest mysteries of science and history. Stay with me, because this is just the beginning of this extraordinary story. History and origins. Nikola Tesla was born on the night of July 9th at 10, 1856, in Smiljan, in what is now Croatia. Legend has it that when he was born, a powerful thunderstorm was raging in the sky. The midwife supposedly said that this was a bad omen, but his mother replied, "No, this is a child of light." As it turned out, these words were prophetic, because Tesla's entire life was connected with electricity and light. From a young age, he showed extraordinary intelligence. He had a photographic memory, which allowed him to memorize entire books after reading them once. He was fascinated by mechanisms and inventions, and his imagination was so developed that he could construct complex machines in his mind before committing them to paper. Some of his ideas were so futuristic that even his contemporary scientists could not fathom them. After completing his technical studies, Tesla left for the United States, where he began working for Thomas Edison. However, the two men had completely different approaches to electricity. Edison focused on direct current, while Tesla believed that the future belonged to alternating current. Their conflict went down in history as the so-called War of the Currents, a clash of two visions, which Tesla ultimately won. But Tesla didn't stop at electricity. He was convinced that energy could be transmitted wirelessly. He began experiments that would allow power to be transmitted over distances without using cables. It was these studies, related to electromagnetic waves, that led to him being suspected of discovering something much more extraordinary. His notes mention the possibility of curving space-time, which some interpret as evidence that Tesla was working on theories related to time travel. His interest in the subject became even more mysterious when he began to speak of the existence of a new way of understanding time. What exactly did he mean? Was this just thinking ahead of his time, or had he actually discovered something that should not have existed in his time? The deeper we delve into his life, the more signs we find that Tesla may have known more than anyone suspected. But the truly disturbing events were yet to come. Key events in Tesla's life. As Tesla expanded his research, his experiments became increasingly extraordinary. He was convinced that electricity and magnetism could affect reality in ways that humanity had not yet understood. One of his most controversial projects was the creation of the Tesla oscillator, a device that was said by some to have the ability to generate vibrations of unprecedented power. Tesla claimed that his invention could even affect the structure of matter, and most intriguingly, time. One of the most mysterious moments in his life was an event in 1895. During an experiment with an electromagnetic field, Tesla was said to have suddenly lost contact with reality. According to his own accounts, he found himself in a space where the past, present, and future were connected. It was as if he was suspended outside of time. He could see everything at once, but he couldn't move. If it weren't for his assistant who turned off the device, Tesla might never have returned to the normal world. While this may sound like science fiction, it is worth noting that Tesla never shied away from the subject of space-time. In later years, he said that time was not a constant, but could be manipulated through the use of certain energy frequencies. It is no coincidence that the United States government immediately seized all of his papers and research after his death. What was really in those notes? Did Tesla really discover something that could change our understanding of reality? His inventions, while ahead of their time, were also feared. There is speculation that Tesla was working on a project that may have influenced the famous Philadelphia experiment, the alleged naval research into ship invisibility and teleportation. Although there is no official evidence to support this, some conspiracy theorists claim that Tesla created the technological foundation for the experiment. Did Tesla accidentally discover the secret of time travel, or did he consciously seek to master it? And if so, why did his research suddenly disappear into the hands of the government? The answers to these questions remain a mystery to this day. Theories and speculations. After Tesla's death in 1943, the US government immediately seized all of his papers and notes. Officially, it was claimed that it was for national security reasons, but some believe the real reason was to cover up Tesla's groundbreaking discoveries. What was in his work that was deemed too dangerous for the public? One of the most fascinating theories is that Tesla not only understood the mechanics of time travel, but may have even tested it. His writings allegedly include references to a device called the chronovision, which supposedly allowed him to observe past and future events by manipulating electromagnetic fields. Furthermore, some theories suggest that his experiments could have led to actual time displacements, which would explain his unusual visions and his belief that time is not linear. There are also accounts of Tesla having contact with mysterious forces or beings who provided him with knowledge beyond his time. In an interview, Tesla mentioned that his ideas would come to him in flashes, and that he sometimes felt as if he was receiving information from an unknown source. Some believe that he may have had access to technology from beyond Earth, a theory supported by his interest in communicating with other planets and his alleged reception of signals from space. Even more mysterious is the story of Donald Trump's alleged meeting with secret Tesla documents. Some sources claim that the uncle of the American president, John G. Trump, as a physicist, had access to Tesla's acquired works. According to conspiracy theorists, some of this information could have been used to develop top-secret government projects related to the manipulation of space-time. Did Tesla really have knowledge that could change human history? And if so, was it too dangerous to see the light of day? These questions remain open, but one thing is certain. The secrets his research concealed continue to intrigue scientists and alternative theorists around the world. Summary and conclusions. Nikola Tesla was undoubtedly one of the most mysterious inventors in history. His brilliant ideas and futuristic concepts still cause controversy today. It is true that many of his inventions were ahead of their time, but did he actually discover something that allowed the manipulation of time? We have analyzed the events from his life that may indicate that Tesla did indeed encounter the mechanisms of space-time. From the mysterious incident when he supposedly experienced a state out of time to his experiments with electromagnetic fields, each of these events may suggest that Tesla had knowledge of time travel, or at least was researching in this direction. There is also no denying that his death and the immediate seizure of the documents by the US government raised suspicions. What was really in his notes? If they were merely theories and sketches of inventions, why were they kept so closely guarded? These are questions to which we have never received an official answer. Furthermore, if Tesla really did discover a way to manipulate space-time, why was he never able to prove it? Was he silenced and his technologies seized by the government? Or were his discoveries too dangerous to see the light of day? Modern science increasingly recognizes that time is not as constant as we think. Einstein's theories of relativity show that gravity affects the passage of time, and concepts related to quantum mechanics suggest that reality may be much more complex than we imagine. Did Tesla predict something 100 years ago that we are only now beginning to understand? What remains of Tesla are not only his inventions, but also his legend. His story continues to inspire scientists and mystery researchers. Perhaps one day someone will find the lost documents and prove that this extraordinary mind really cracked the riddle of time travel. Nikola Tesla was a man ahead of his time. There's no doubt about that. His inventions, ideas, and visions make it difficult to clearly define the line between science and what many would consider science fiction. Did he really discover a way to manipulate time? Could his experiments with energy and magnetism have led to groundbreaking discoveries that for some reason never saw the light of day? The world is full of mysteries, and Tesla's case remains one of the most intriguing. His words, suggesting that time is not linear and that energy can affect reality in unexpected ways, still raise questions. Was he just a visionary, or did he have knowledge that went beyond his time? What we do know for sure is that many of his designs and writings have been lost or classified. We can only speculate what happened to them. Could they have been used to create technology we don't know about? Or were his ideas so revolutionary that they were hidden from the world? One question remains: if Tesla really did crack the secret of time, is anyone using his discoveries today? Or will it be only in the future, when our technology matches his vision, that we will be able to understand the true essence of his research? What do you think? Could Nikola Tesla have been the first person to discover a way to travel through time? Could his research have been covered up by the government? Or was he simply an incredibly intelligent inventor whose ideas were ahead of their time but never touched the boundaries of the impossible? Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe if you want, and see you in the next episode.